We made this model without sculpting using only cloth simulation. I put the link in the top right corner if you want to check it out. But in this one we're gonna texture it and make all the materials in Blender without using any other software. As always, you can download all the 3D files and real-time process videos of making these characters, including this one on my Patreon and Gumroad page, link in the description. Let's go. We already have the model from the last video, but haven't UV unwrapped it properly, so if yours have perfect UVs, just skip to this time I put on the screen. We want to find the center of the cloth, which is right on the sides of the shorts. I find the middle edge, which is not visible right now, but it is in the center of this crease. In the edge select mode, while holding Alt, I click on the edge in between to select the full row of edges, then pressing U and mark seam. We also gotta do the same thing between the legs, just finding the middle edge and pressing U and mark seam, then obviously doing the same thing to the other side of the shorts. Now we can press A to select all and press U to unwrap. If you see it looks tangled and weird, that means you haven't separated the mesh correctly. So go over the mesh again and look for any edges that is not marked seamed. Mine happened at the bottom, so I manually select it, then press U and mark seam. Now when we select the full mesh and unwrap, two parts should be fully separated. Sucks are much easier since they are simple models. We can just add one mark seam and spread the UVs that way. Best place would be the back of the sucks, because it's not as visible as the front. So holding Alt, I find the middle edge in the back, click on it to select the full row, then U and mark seam. At the end, we can press A to select all, then U and unwrap. Now we can start making the textures. I'm gonna use BlenderKit for this one, since it's free and easy to use. You can download it from blenderkit.com and install it from Edit, Preference, Add-on, then click on Uninstall and select in the add-on. Press N to bring up the right menu, switch to BlenderKit, change it to Material and search for Fabric. Then you should see the materials on the top side. If you don't see it, click on the eye icon. Increase the resolution if you want more details, and make sure you disable Auto Map. I choose this normal fabric and drag and drop it on the clothing. Now it is assigned to the shirt. It's way too big, so in the Shading tab, find the Mapping node in the beginning of the shader. Shift A and add a Value node connected to the scale. Now we can scale up or scale down the fabric by changing this number. I want to make the fabric black for now, so let's Shift A and add a Hue and Saturation node. Drop it here, then decrease the value to make it darker. Now before anything else, go to Edit, Preference, Add-on, find Node Wrangler, then enable it. This will definitely come in handy. Now we have two different ways we could approach this. We can create our own shape on the shirt, or we can use another image. First, let's make our own. Shift A and add an image texture. Click on New and name it something like Alpha, then increase the resolution. Leave it black. Ctrl Shift click on the image texture. While the image is selected, Ctrl Tab and go to Texture Paint mode. Change the color of the brush to white and start drawing your shape. If it's annoying, you can switch to Texture Painting tab. You can expand the window to expose these options. Then change the stroke method from space to line. This way we can make a line easier. You can add whatever design you want. I add one to the collar and some to the sleeves. Now to add color to these parts, in the Shading tab, Shift A and add Mix Color. Drop it before the base color. Ctrl click on the main principle so we can get back to what we were doing. Then connect the image that we painted to the factor. This way we can easily change the color of the design whenever we want. Now let's Shift D and duplicate the mix color, then connect it to B. Now we can do cool stuff with it, like adding gradient texture and connect it to the factor. While it's selected, Ctrl T to add mapping. We can now change both colors of the gradient from here and move or rotate the gradient from the mapping node. We can even add patterns to it, like checker texture or whatever you want, and connect it to the mix color. Now we can change the both colors of the checker texture and change the scale of the checkerboard. To fix the issues, you can connect the mapping to the vector. This way it will use the mapping parameters for the UVs of the checkerboard. Now let's move on to the shorts. Select it, change it to shirt material that we already made, click on this icon to duplicate the material and change the name to shorts. Remove the image, create a new texture and connect it to the factor. We want to create a line from top to bottom. Press N to bring up the right menu, change the stroke method to space, enable stabilize stroke, then lower the size of the brush and start making line from top to bottom. And since we enable stabilize stroke, it should be pretty easy to control the direction of the line without making too much mistakes. I'm gonna add a line right on the bottom of the shirt as well. Now moving on to the socks, just like before, select it, give it the same material as the last one, duplicate and name it something else. In the shading tab, remove the image texture and create a new one. Name it socks and click on OK, then continue adding more lines to this part as well. Since it has a simpler UVs than the rest, I decided to paint this one over on the UV towel, then finish it up by connecting the lines on the right window. Before proceeding, make sure you save all of the textures that we're making, because otherwise we will definitely lose it. Just go to image and save as. Say we wanted to bring a design from somewhere else. All you have to do is to find the image texture node that we painted and click on open icon. Then open up your design. In the object data properties, on the UV map, click on the plus icon, double click on it and name it something like shirt. Shift A and add a UV map node. Connect it to image texture and choose the new UV map that we just made. Now go to UV editing tab, press A to select all the UVs, scale it up, rotate until it fits wherever you want the design to be. Now we can go back to shading tab and change the color of the design from green to something else. I decided to change the base color from black to white, and since we have this hue and saturation node, it's pretty easy. We just have to increase the value. Now let's add the other components, like the logo. Shift A and add mix shader, drop it after the principal BSDF, then add another principal BSDF and connect it to the mix shader. Shift A again and add image texture. Open up your logo or anything you want to print on the shirt, but make sure it's transparent PNG. Connect the color to the base color and connect the alpha to alpha, then Shift A and add UV map and connect it to the image texture. In the object data properties, add a new UV map and choose the new UV map in the UV map node. On the image texture, change the repeat to clip, because obviously we don't want it to repeat. Also change the alpha to pre-multiplied to fix some issues that might occur. Now go to UV editing tab, press A to select all, then scale and rotate until the logo is on the right spot. Back in the mix shader, change the mix factor to 0.99. If you need to add more things, just create a new UV map. I'm gonna add this sponsor logo, so let's add another mix shader in between. You don't need to add everything manually, just select those modifiers, Shift D to duplicate, then connect it to the mix shader. Now on the image texture, we can open up a new PNG logo, then select the new UV map that we made in the UV map node. While the UV map is selected, go to UV editing, scale and rotate until you find the right spot. If the shape was weird, you can enable proportional editing and move some of these vertices until it looks good. If you think you're done with the design and colors, we can proceed to the next stage, which is baking all of the shaders to one UV towel. That could be used in all of the 3D softwares and game engines, but let's save that for the next video, since it's a video of its own. For now, this is what we got so far. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next part. Until then, you can check out the full real-time process of making these characters on my Patreon and Gumroad page. See you on the next one. Peace!